the benefits of the pure fulvic isolates are our Wu Jin San product, which is the only pure fulvic isolate product on the market, is that along with water, these organic acids support the flow of electrical energy. And this comes from the organic matter, carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, not the minerals. And the power which drives these chemical reactions is coming from electrons being donated or accepted. That's just the term that from one chemical to the next, electrons are either moving, or protons, which has a positive charge, are moving. And this is what's supporting electricity to flow. We know that in the soil, these fulvic substances transform the minerals in the soil from the salts into this complex organic matrix, which is what the cells use for their mineral supply. This is why you need to get the minerals from the food, not in the form of salts in a supplement. As we said already, if you're taking mineral salts as a supplement in a mineral supplement, or in humic salts or fulvate salts, then you're just getting more mineral salts in your body. We talked about this. The humic substances, because they're supporting electricity, are supporting the bioavailability of all nutrients, including proteins, carbohydrates, and fats, which mean you eat less. And importantly, it's turning the lights on to the machinery of your body, which are called enzymes. And many people get confused because they think enzymes are amylase and lipase and protease and, digestive enzymes that you can take in a pill. But these digestive enzymes are the byproduct of the conveyor belts in the pancreas or the liver, or the stomach cells or the intestinal cells. They are not the metabolic enzymes that are working to generate all sorts of different products and processes that are sustaining and supporting cellular chemistry and biology in the cells. And very importantly, fulvic substances are more powerful as antioxidants than any food. Why? Because you don't have to make heat to get the antioxidant benefit. What does antioxidation mean? It means you're exchanging electrons and protons, which is required to eliminate the oxidative stress. So when you're eating food, you're actually increasing oxidative stress to get the antioxidants. When you take fulvic isolates, you're getting the benefit of the antioxidant without the inflammatory fire of processing the food. If you're taking humic and fulvic substances, the minerals are being recycled, and it reduces your need for vitamin mineral supplements, if at all. And I think you see this in the plants, Dr. Faust, that when humic substances, when the soil's being amended with humic and fulvic substances, the need for this rescue chemistry is significantly reduced. It sustains and supports itself.
Yes, absolutely.
As well,
over and over. And people ask me, they say, well, don't we need minerals? I hear that there's no minerals in the soil anymore. And so when we don't get any minerals from our food, well, that's ridiculous, because plants can't grow without those minerals. Now, they may be in the form of salt, mineral salts that farmers have added, or they might be in the form of naturally occurring from the breakdown of humus or organic matter. But if there's a crop at all, there had to be minerals. I mean, to say that we're not getting minerals from plants anymore, I mean, plants aren't going to grow. They're not going to be worth harvesting. There's not going to be anything there if there's no minerals.
right.
So that's completely a false premise.
Right.
So that's how they justify some of these so-called mineral supplements, or fulvic ionic minerals, or whatever they want to call them. It's just because it's a simple story. It's a simplistic yeah, it's a simplistic story. I mean, it keeps it simple, images and emotions.
Right. Right.
And and we're saying that that's it. There's a lot more to it than that.
Right.
And it's not a simple scenario.
Right.
If it was, that would work.
Right.
But for instance, even in soils and plant nutrition, the fulvic acid is for the plant, the humic acid is for the soil. Because the soil food web, the microbes, the fungi can utilize the humic substances, the humic acids, they break it down and form fulvic acids and release minerals that the plant root system can absorb. These things live in the plant root system. Okay. So in hydroponics, people use our fulvic acid in hydroponics because they know it's a missing link. That minerals alone in hydroponics does not produce a genetically optimum plant. You don't get the results. You don't get the flavonoids. You don't get the aminos and the vitamins because there's a missing link. So our products are very, very popular across the country, across North America in hydroponics because it completes the cycle. It's the missing link. And so the kind of diet and food that we modern people eat, the industrial processed foods, it's the same idea. It's just like feeding a plant just a hydroponic chemical salts and thinking that's going to work.
Right.
Well, the people that grow the hydroponic plants know that that's not enough, and they use our fulvic acid.
Right.
And that's why it's so popular.
Right.
And so the principle's identical. You know. Now people say, well, why do I need it? Do I need it? What can I do other than buying your product? Well, fine. You can produce biodynamic compost and grow your own food, and you're going to be good because the biodynamic compost is going to have the humic substances. It's going to have fulvic acid if you do it right, and it's quite labor intensive. And you grow your own plants, and you're going to get your source of fulvic acid naturally.
Right.
It just most people aren't going to be able to do that, unfortunately. But that is the answer. The answer is organic matter. That's what we call organic farming. And if you can't do that yourself, the next best thing is to go and buy certified organic produce from organic farmers at the farmers market, or nowadays all the supermarkets contain an organic section. That doesn't necessarily guarantee that you're going to get the humic substances, the fulvic acid from those foods, but you have a better chance. Most organic farmers were going to be using compost in some form or humates. They use our humic acid products.
I see.
So in general, yes. Whereas commercial industrial agriculture, maybe, but probably not. It's going to be salts and rescue chemistry, but still, there's a missing link. There's a missing link because let's say we make compost out of materials that are deficient. And then we put those on crops and we eat those crops. Well, you're starting with a deficiency within the organic matter you're using to build the humus. Well, okay, there you go. So at least with the fulvic acid sources we use, it's a package. And we know that now from new test methods that are utilized, like Fourier transform, spectrophotometry, and functional group analysis. So we know what actual organic species of carbon are present and which ones are the biostimulants and so forth.
Right.
So we got the science to determine all these things. But yeah, compost made from deficient plants on a deficient soil is going to be is going to just continue the cycle.